Multi-exclusive dimensional being Kyle with another exclusive. Today's video is going to be about Sun in Leo, Moon in Scorpio. You got that right, because basically when the Sun is in Leo, this is the time to take center stage. This is the time to express yourself, your fire, your passions, your desires. This is basically the sun that's in the sky. Basically, this physical representation is your sun sign, the way you express yourself. And now when we're dealing with Moon and Scorpio, that's your inner. That's dealing with the moons. That's dealing with the waters. And basically it's fixated and stubborn in its own way. So that basically means you need to react and respond to things where you want to manifest and see things grow in a more private manner, in a more seductive manner. Try not to basically be too open. It's going to be very difficult because basically we're in a third quarter moon. That's where things are starting to get the ball rolling. The moon is starting to basically get things initiated and created. So of course, there's gonna be a whole lot of squares and a whole lot of things we're gonna be dealing with. So of course, you might run into the aspects of basically seeing a motherfucking dead animal in the street, or you might run to the aspects of basically somebody might be trying to manipulate you, or you might run to the aspect of you going to the mechanic shop, you start to get opposing energies. Of course, you might get beat in the head with some shit, or your ass might basically get deceased today, or you might just have to feel the need to basically oppose and repress in circumstances and situations that basically don't serve you no value, or you just basically might lash out with your partner or in a relationship and type shit, or you might just feel the need to cheat, or you might just basically feel the need to have deep desires. That's dealing with the genitals. That's dealing with the dick, the pussy, the ass. You might just basically be in your desires. You might get lost into your desires. You might just basically like. This is basically the energies and aspects that we're going to basically be dealing with. Now, when I break down these energies, these are basically the influences and aspects that we will be receiving. So, of course, that's basically what's going to be playing out. So, when Mercury is in Cancer, that's dealing with mind, that's dealing with feelings, emotions. Everybody's going to feel the need to basically react and respond to people's intentions and the way they think and feel and express themselves, emotional awareness. Also, Mars is in Pisces, so that's basically relating your new expressions, being more balanced and harmonious, and having more creations and more desires when you utilize this. New passions, new desires. Jupiter is in Capricorn, so that's basically dealing with duality, that's dealing with completion, of basically self-discipline and concentration. So basically be consistent and don't give up. Saturn, basically, which is a new way of seeing in reality, new rules, new regulations. Basically, they're trying to relate that to the world. So basically, make sure you don't get caught up into that red. Uranus is in Taurus. So basically, that's dealing with new ways of surroundings and locations and new creations. This is dealing with money, values, and possessions. Of course, you're going to feel the need to rebel against that and save the planet. Of course, we also got Jupiter and Capricorn. So that's basically relating. Well, I said that already. We also got Neptune and Pisces. So that's basically dealing with duality, relating into people, places, and things. So you're going to feel the need to basically be a teacher and try to save humanity and basically open up to the world. Also, we got Pluto and Capricorn. So that's dealing with your feelings and emotions. You're going to learn how to basically utilize your water, your self-expression, to put a depth into that. Utilize your more logical nature to basically get a little more right brain with your esoteric natures, and basically try to basically push towards things that won't basically harness you, and get over the fears of reality and come down to existence and basically practicalize these things. Also, we got Chiron. Basically, you got to utilize your spiritual strength. And Aries, to basically create new births, new generations, new passions, new skills, new moderation. Also, we got North Node, basically, in Gemini, so that's dealing with new ways of relating your newness and basically striving for new information. And also, we got the Ascendant, which is in Sagittarius. Basically, that's new ways of creations and basically travel. Also, we also dealing with Moon opposing Uranus. So basically, you're gonna feel the need to basically have opposing energies to the way you express yourself and your own uniqueness towards people, places, and things. Because the moon is in Scorpio, so right now. So basically, Uranus is basically humanitarian. Scorpio is kind of like basically detached. So it's kind of like a little exaltation with the planets, but these individuals are very different. Can't mix them up. We also got Mercury square Mars. So basically, you're going to learn how to feel the need to utilize your power and also try to have some balance in between these two natures, the way you think and communicate. And of course, be careful of what you say, because this basically can bring some kind of hatred and some kind of like jealousy natures that come into play. And of course, you might play with victimization or criticism. Venus square Neptune. So basically, we all feeling the need to learn how to have balance between ourself and our spirituality. So try to have, it's gonna be a lot of squares right now on how we relate to people, places, and things. We all gonna be feeling this out of place as far as with our spirit and the way we love things and care for things. Jupiter sextile Neptune. That's basically dealing with expansion and growth in your spirituality. So everybody gonna feel the need to basically utilize that nature. Also, we got Sun square Uranus. So basically, the Sun is in Leo, and basically, this is a square with Uranus, because you know this is basically being more. Learn how to utilize your more center of attention and center stage to basically be more dramatic and open up your fruits of labor. Sun trine Chiron. So this basically dealing with new surroundings and locations. And of course, that's two fires right there. So fire and fire basically mix and mingle. So you're gonna feel the need to basically do this in a self-expressionable way. Speak to yourself and basically say good, committed, and more motivative words. Moon and trine or Mercury. So there's basically good flow of communications and thoughts. Everybody gonna feel the need to basically express this towards other people, places, and things. Mercury opposing Jupiter. So basically, like, this is basically thinking outside of the box. So you're gonna feel the need to basically have self-criticism, and of course you're gonna have, well, this is basically what's going on right now. So people gonna feel the need to express themselves in the most critical way if they see other people, places, and things traveling or going places and shit. Of course, people are like, oh, don't come to this side. Y'all got the most virus in the city type shit. So, of course, it's going to be a whole lot of that going on. We also got Mercury trine Neptune. So, basically, it's a good need to basically utilize your imagination, the way you think, the way you express your uniqueness, and basically push that out. Because good things always happen when you got a Mercury in trine. So, with Neptune, because this is dealing with that inner world. So, of course, we also got Mars square Jupiter. So that's basically learning how to utilize your power to create more aspects and more ways and circumstances to basically play out into your natures. Jupiter also conjunct Pluto, so it's basically dealing with duality, and it's basically dealing with self. So basically utilize, when you got Jupiter conjunct Pluto, this is basically you got to utilize both and have balance in between, or one going to take over the other. That's going to be opposing if you ain't using both. Neptune sextile Pluto. So basically we're going to feel the need to have new creations, new ideas, new concepts, new matters when we're dealing with our new spiritual systems and new morals and principles. Sun square Moon. So basically this is dealing with new growth, because it's basically is in the first quarter right now. So this is basically a learning process that we still need to basically transform anything that's not or wasn't working in the beginning. So this way we can basically keep moving forward. We also got Sun trine Mars. So this is basically dealing with duality, and it's basically dealing with center stage. So you're going to feel the need to basically utilize your egotistic natures to basically bring things into existence. Sun opposing Saturn. So it's basically dealing with well, the sun and Leo don't like being here, because Saturn is too strict and too real. They don't know how to loosen up. So of course it's gonna be some shit going on. For me, dad is always strict, mom is always strict. So you always want to play, but you got limitations and restrictions. You got to go do this, you got to do that, but you ain't got time to basically self-express yourself, because you got to go do all the chores. Sun opposing Pluto is dealing with well, like, it don't like being here neither, because Pluto is basically holding things in always, and the Leo like to basically self-express and basically move on. And basically it's gonna be a hard time for Scorpios in this time. Also, it's gonna be, we also got Moon trine Neptune. So it's basically dealing with finding your uniqueness, ways of basically whatever spirits or dark spirits that was attacking you and shit. You're gonna feel the need to basically transform and have vision, good sight, to basically utilize that and basically put that for transformation to anything that basically was opposing you. Also, Mercury opposing Pluto. So this basically dealing with self-criticism, overly thinking, and of course this can basically play and negative tension. So basically, be careful with anxiety during these times. Also, it's gonna be bad, kind of hard time for Geminis and Virgos too. Mars conjunct Chiron says basically putting death and transformation towards anything that doesn't serve you no purpose. Jupiter conjunct Saturn is basically dealing with new surroundings and locations and aspects of coming together and putting things into structure. Saturn in conjunction with Pluto, so this basically putting death and limitations. Anything that don't hold no purpose, and new powers and struggles and shit that you was going through, it's time to basically resist all of that. Also, Moon and Scorpio through the houses. So if this is in your first house, it's dealing with sensitive, creative, emotional energy and shit, the way you express this thing and center stage. Be careful with anger and conflict, wasted energy, and basically overthinking it. Basically, this is an ascendant sign with the Virgo, so basically that gut feeling and post-traumatic stress disorders. Basically, get away from that. Those thoughts are not yours. Second house is dealing with the fall, patience, learn how to like reoccurring somebody that died in the past, or basically issues you had with you being robbed or being harmed and shit might play back up. So basically try to resist those feelings, emotions, ideas, and concepts, and don't put that into your pool of water. Third house is dealing with mind versus logic, and basically you're gonna be feeling the need to basically, you're gonna have deep opposing energy towards other people, places, and things that's trying to basically talk good into your area, and basically it may not click with you. You might have issues. You might not pretty much get along with what they say. So basically try to like have balance in between yourself. Make sure you meditate and make sure you get right with yourself. Fourth house, this is dealing with fears of basically like your mother may had a miscarriage or previous issues that took place in the past. It might basically come rain down on you. So you basically always neglect feelings and emotions, and you're basically very detached, which is unusual with the fourth house because it's love and caring. But try to like basically learn how to like forgive and forget, and basically meditate and basically clear out your space. Fifth house dealing with images, changes, and scenery, and opposing people, places, and things that you may not get along with, or you may not feel the need to basically have respect for other people, places, and things, that they might try to basically invade your space or try to like fuck with you in some way, shape, or form. Try to like resist all that. Try to have self-respect for yourself and basically open the doors for me, because you never know. They'll be naive to circumstances, situations. Other people, places, things can bring you to the new spectrum. Also, sixth house is dealing with details, over analyzing things, self-practical natures, and resist all into mental concepts that basically come into your mind that basically put you in a dramatic stage, because you know it's a square here, so it's a learning process. Also, seventh house is dealing with alone. Very strange, because Libras don't like being alone, but if this eighth house in your seventh house, you're gonna feel the need to be alone, not relate to people, places, and things and shit. You may get into a couple relationships, fuck buddy type shit, but you know, it may not really be consistent down the line, feel me? Especially when they get to marriage and shit. So be careful. Try to like not test the waters. Basically be very calm in how you utilize things. Eighth house is basically being brave in any concepts, any circumstances, situations, expressing yourself, basically not giving a fuck. So basically this eighth house. In the eighth house is dealing with somebody that's very, very brave, very powerful, and they very determined, and they have very real strong power. Also, ninth house is dealing with guilt, belief programs and shit, and not basically going with the first thought. For me, this is where opposing energies take shape and form and shit. You get attacked by these others, by this spirit, by that spirit. Learn how to just go with one thing and attack it, and basically you get to the next stage. Feel me? Expansion and growth. So basically you got to go through one stage to get to another, so one step at a time, and basically make sure you clear your space. 11th house, this is dealing with negative stress, changes, lack of force, lack of faith, solitude. Learn how to basically have freedom into your aspects. For me, don't take things too seriously and shit. Try to be very balanced and be very calm. Try not to put too much eggs in one basket. Learn how to utilize your concepts and shit, and try not to basically hone onto too much shit. Also, last but not least, you got 12th house. It's dealing with imagination. Make sure you guys meditate, because the moon's in Scorpio, so definitely transformation Pluto. And also like being here. So basically you need to learn how to basically find your true calling, find your true natures, and basically don't take shape or form of other people's criticism and the other people opposing thoughts, feelings, emotions, ideas that they throw on you. Learn how to basically stay in your lane. Learn how to basically fixate yourself. Utilize your imagination, your life, your purpose, your expansion, your growth, so you can basically move forward. And when people, places, things talk shit about you, it's not harming you, because basically at the end of the day, when you basically staying focused and doing what you need to do, and not let other people, places, things jump into your space in your secluded area, things that basically flow into your spectrum, because you're very powerful with that imagination. You need to utilize it, or else it's going to basically go to waste. And that's basically it. Everybody, I love y'all. Basically, this is 2 days to basically have transformation and self detachment towards people, places, and things.